the final instructions you need to do for each of these. So we've gotten to the point on, what was it, Thursday, kind of learning how to do it, fill it out. Oops. And coming up with the equation. And we know to convert this to a decimal when you get to this column. And write it out vertically. And this is what you did for each one, either on the worksheet or if you ran out of room, you did it on another piece of paper. We've already done this problem before. And the final, when you solve this equation, it comes out to b what? Equals what? B equals 6. So, is this the answer?
No.
No. Why is this not the answer?
Gallons.
Okay, so units. Gallons. Now is that the answer?
Yes.
Now is that the answer?
Yes.
No. Not yet. So always with word problems, look back and say, did we answer the question? Alright, so the equation is just one piece of the coming up with the answer. Okay. It says, how much of each ingredient do you need? How many ingredients do we have?
2.
2 ingredients. So 6 gallons. Does that tell us how much of each do we need? No. So we're not finished with the problem. So the last thing we did on the example problem on Wednesday is at the very bottom there's something that said, well, we need this much percent of the pure leaves, I think it's tea leaves or bay leaves, and we need 10 grams of this 20% mixture. It said how much of each do you need. So the last thing we're going to do for each of these, and the last thing you need to do after you solve this, the last thing you need to do for each one of these is actually say, well, what does this mean? Not just say, well, the answer is 6. Okay, what does that mean? So, the example I've been using is, like say when you guys get careers later on and your boss says you need to go to San Diego, just let me know how long it will take you to get there and how much money you need. And then you come back to them and you say 6. Right? It doesn't really answer their question, right? They're asking you here, how much of each of these things, how long will it take you to get there and how much gas do you need? And you say 6. That doesn't really help them out. You need to actually tell them, well, 6 what? Which question you're answering. So what does this answer right here? 6 gallons of what? Okay. So remember, B equals 6, so that this B is the same 6. Okay. That's what 6 is. 6 gallons of this 100% apple juice. Okay. So we start off by saying, writing it out in words, 6 gallons of 100% apple juice. You can write this down if you have room or on the other piece of paper. And, okay, if you have 6 gallons of apple juice, how much of the other one, the sweet tropical, do we need? Okay, well, that was 10 minus B. B is 6, so that means I need 4. 4 gallons of the sweet tropical. And 4 gallons of 20% sweet tropical and then we'll put in our conclusion, we'll make 10 gallons of 68% fruit punch. So you're going to have this worded summary of exactly what's in the table, but you're going to add some context to it so we actually know what it is that our answer means. And this is also going to be on your quiz. You have to write this conclusion statement. So more than just, oh, the answer is 6. Well, 6 what? If I actually brought in all the stuff for you to make this 68% concentrated fruit punch, could you do it? Or would you just stand there saying, well, 6 is what? 6, what does 6 mean? And you would want to actually be able to say, okay, I need 6 gallons of apple juice, I need 4 gallons of this other ones, I need to mix it in, and I'll make the 68%. You'd have to know exactly what you're doing. Yep. Well, yeah, I would not. Remember, you're thinking about people you're communicating this to, so you wouldn't want to just say, yeah, abbreviate things. Maybe the person you're trying to tell this to wouldn't understand what that abbreviation means. So, yeah. Usually the rule of thumb is at any point you want to save yourself a half a second of writing by putting AJ or apple juice. Don't do it. Because maybe, I know this is fictitious, but on the other end, reality-wise, you don't want other people to not understand what you're saying. Some people don't know all the abbreviations and all the little shortcuts. So just assume whatever you're writing down, anybody would be able to read without the understanding of what this is. Imagine if it's like a car company. The engineers come up and say, well, this is a 334 horsepower engine with a 2.5, and you're the ones that calculated what all that is, right? You would actually write all that out. You wouldn't abbreviate anything. So anybody can understand. The person making the commercial knows exactly what that stands for. There's nothing lost in translation, as I say. All right, so be very careful. So just to get you started on another one, what does number 1 come out to equal? B? 12? Okay, so go up here and say, well, B is 12. It adds up to 15, so we know the first mixture is 3, so yeah, 3 plus 12 is 15. You'd say something to the effect that let's look up the units, 3 quarts on this one, 3 quarts of 45% solution mixed with 12 quarts of 60% solution will make 15 quarts of 57% solution. Something to that effect. Of course, the order is not super important, so if you said 12 quarts of 60% mixed with 3 quarts of 45%, will equal 15 quarts of 57%, that's fine as well. Okay, just make sure it's all in there. 3 parts to the sentence at the end. 3 different rows to describe in words. So yeah, this is probably the most important part of the entire problem. Okay, so what if you get an answer? If that answer has no meaning to you, it's pretty worthless. You don't know what to do with it. If this was something more realistic, you would just stand there saying, I don't know. My math's right, but I don't know. I couldn't build anything. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't make anything. I got an answer, but if it has no meaning, it's pretty worthless. So we want to know exactly what all this means, not just I got an answer. Okay. So that, I will collect all this at the end of the period. 10 minutes before the end of the period. That's about a half hour. And then we'll take the quiz. And the quiz will be one of these problems exactly.